You're watching today's video technical update presented by FX Times. It is Thursday, June 24th, 2010. I'm Fan Yang, your technical analyst, and I'll go over some developments in the Forex markets. The euro-dollar pair has rallied since yesterday's US session but may have completed a correction pattern. The pound dollar, which has remained strong this week, is starting to show weakness. The US dollar Japanese yen is nearing an important support zone after very sharp slides. Against the yen, the Canadian dollar was the one that fell most sharply this week. Finally, the US dollar Swiss franc pair is cracking support, but we should look for bottoming almost immediately below. This video is being produced at about 1:15 p.m. Eastern Time during the US session. Here's the euro dollar, and we saw that after starting the week with an engulfing pattern and another decline, the last couple of days has been euro positive against the dollar. However, we are still below the low here at 1.25, so we still have this bearish signal. The bearish signal is still valid. The string projection to 1.17 still valid, although we need to break 118.80 here first. So let's take a closer look at this price action at the moment. And you see the market came down. We broke this initial the speed line here, the accelerated speed line. And now we are testing this support here, and we have a pullback. Okay, somewhat, sort of what I anticipated as the market respected this support here. This is also 38.2%, 38.2%. So now let's see what we can expect after this retracement. You see, when we look down at the 1 hour time frame, we see that this retracement can be categorized as one of them AB equals CD corrections. The market may still rally a little higher to 1.24, but we are basically at that area where resistance can be expected. We can expect some kind of topping action here. Okay, so what we have is this Gartley that came up to about, I would say, 61.8%. It's actually exactly at 61.8% at the moment. If it goes to 124, it's a little higher, but it's still valid. So from there, if the market here tops off and breaks below 1.2350, okay, we may be in a continuation, bearish continuation. And for the short term, what we can do is just to measure this decline and project it from the top of this correction, whether it's 124 or the current top. Okay, and you'll see that this brings you to around this support at 1.2150. So we may have a projection lower, but really your target from this point should not be lower than 1.2150 in the short term. The market needs to break that to confirm our bearish outlook. So we are still in the topping action. Looking back at this 4 hour time frame, you see that we're still in this topping action until we can break this 121.50 area. Okay, so that's the euro dollar. In the longer intermediate term, bearish, and we're monitoring the recent bullish attempt to see where this anticipating topping action at the end of this attempt. Okay. The pound dollar pair has not seen the topping that the euro dollar has seen. So, instead, the market continued to push higher, nearing this 150 area, 61.8% retracement. So it's past equality of this first swing up, and now it threatens to continue higher. In the daily, we see that within this channel, the market can still come up higher to the 78.6% at 152, around 152.50. So that's ultimately the highest it should go within this bearish outlook. Okay. Let's take a look at the 4 hour time frame. You see the market continues to push higher. The RSI stays above 40 here. One more time stays above 40 and goes above 60 here again. Inability to go into the overbought zone does show that we don't have such a strong bullish attempt. However, we don't have any bearish signals neither. except for the fact that we may be topping off price action wise. So looking at 1 hour time frame, we see that we may be developing a double top in the very short term. So if the market can break below 1.4930, we have a double top, and we may start considering the bearish outlook for the pound dollar. But we may want to look at 1 hour time frame to make sure the internals are reflective of the bearish outlook. So we want to see the momentum, we want to see the RSI break below 40 and this price action break below the moving averages and stay below. Alright, so that's pound dollar, a little later than the euro dollar in developing topping action, but if it is developing topping action, we may here finally have it as a double top. I'll take a quick look at the US dollar Japanese yen pair because internals are pretty much, you don't see much, you won't learn much from the internals of the last few days. It's pretty much a sharp decline. What we have here is this projection holding true. The market is looking lower towards the 88 area. In any case, in this daily time frame, we see that this area is indeed support area, aside from this clear out action which pushes this support all the way down to somewhere like 85. So 88 is the more likely support area, so we might be seeing some bottoming soon. The market's at 89.30, so there's another 100 pips or so until we should start to expect to see support. Even here in the short term, we do have support even at 89. So this entire zone I would consider a support zone. So we'll see if the market can bottom here. Aside from the US dollar Japanese yen, the Canadian dollar Japanese yen pair has also slid tremendously this week, as the market basically paired all the gains in June here. But that means that we are at this previous low. You see here it was a resistance here, tested here as support, and now again tested as support, while the RSI also tests the 40 level. So if the market stays above this 40 level, it is likely that the Canadian dollar Japanese yen pair will rally. However, breaking below it shows that there's strong momentum, and then we would see if a pullback can confirm. Basically, a weak pullback suggests a continuation decline towards this 82.50 area. Okay, so looking at the 4 hour time frame here, we see where we're testing this support. Okay, resistance here, support here, again tested as support, and the good sign for the bearish outlook is that the momentum, the RSI has come below 30, where here it wasn't able to. So this is a bearish signal, although we may have some short-term rally to resolve this overbought condition. So that's the Canadian Japanese yen bearish outlook, to be further confirmed if the market can break this current support area. Okay. Finally, the dollar Swiss franc is threatening to crack its support at 1.1. Here we see strong price action in the 4 hour attempting to crack that. This comes after the market has resolved this oversold condition after a pretty persistent, pretty sharp decline. We can see in the daily this sharp decline now comes near this previous resistance here. It was support here. So this 1.0940 area is an important 1.09. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Basically, 1.09 area is important. The market should not break below that for this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another terminal 5 wave. That wave count to be valid. So anticipate some bottoming action right after our current consolidation. So if the market breaks below, I would still look for some consolidation near this 1.09 area. Okay, And that wraps it up for today. Check out fxtimes.com for more analysis updates and educational live events. Once again, I'm Fan Yang, your technical analyst here at FX Times, wishing you good trading.